As you can tell from the title of this video, we have new smiles.
And we haven't stopped smiling since.
A little giddy about them for sure. So I think the number one question we've been getting asked is, why did we do this? In some very kind, nonchalant ways, people are basically asking us why we did this.
Yeah, when I was 14 years old, I went ice skating with a couple friends, and I got pushed into the side of the wall in this hockey rink, and my 2 front teeth got knocked out. And so I had to get fillings on, and because that happened, one of my teeth, the root actually went dead on it, so my tooth became off-colored. And it's something that I've grown more self-conscious about over the years. And I was looking at pictures of us while we were traveling, and I was just like, man, I hate how my smile looks. And I didn't like feeling like that.
For me, I didn't love my teeth from a young age. I always had 2 really big front teeth, and then the sides were really tiny. And even with braces, it didn't ever look right. And so I always looked into veneers. I wanted veneers since I was probably 14 or 15. It was my first veneer appointment. But my mom always said no. She's like, it's too permanent, you're too young, you can't do it. And then when we got married, post-travels, like post-80 countries, we were kind of like, should we get veneers?
Yeah, so we looked into it all over the place, and we kind of came to the decision we were going to do it. And then we kind of took a huge step back and we're like, we shouldn't do this. We don't want our teeth getting shaved down to little nubs and then putting fake teeth on top of that. It's just too permanent. So we decided we weren't going to do it.
And nothing against anyone who has veneers, it just wasn't something we were willing to commit to.
Yeah, just our personal decision was something we didn't want to do.
So my dentist in Vegas actually had suggested to Jordan, he's like, yeah, you need veneers. And we were both like, actually, we're pretty afraid of it. And he said, well, I do know this doctor in Utah.
So we researched this doctor, and we found out that he uses non-invasive techniques to enhance smiles. So instead of shaving your teeth down, he just adds a thin layer to your existing tooth and gives people incredible smiles.
So mind you, I've been looking into veneers for almost 10 years. I am extremely critical about how natural they can look and how often they don't. But I'm looking at Dr. Marshall Hanson's Instagram and I am blown away.
So we realized this is 100% what we want to do. We found a great option for both fixing our smiles, but at the same time doing it in a non-invasive way. So we set our appointment, we booked it all, went up to Utah, and we couldn't be more excited about it.
We also realized that we kind of didn't understand the process at all. We were just so excited, it didn't really matter to us, but we realized we wanted to make a video showing the 3-day process, how he does it start to finish, the consult, everything. So here we are.
After we posted our smiles on Instagram, we were flooded with messages of people that were like, what is the process like? How much does it cost? How can I do this myself? And so we want to go over the whole process, answer all of that in this video.
First and foremost, you have a virtual consultation. So you'll send in photos, you tell him what you don't like about your smile and what you'd like changed. He will draw up what he believes will help enhance your smile, and then you book your appointment. So now we're at day 1 in office.
So you arrive at the office, you meet with Dr. Hanson, he goes over that whole consultation with you again in person and says, okay, let's get started. So the first thing that he's gonna do when you sit down in the chair is he's going to fix your bite.
So normally when I bite down, it's all contact right here on the left. And I always feel like there's a gap on this side, but he just fixed it so when I bite down, I can feel it on both sides, which is absolutely nuts.
And him.
Oh, nice.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Can you see the little blue dots?
Yeah. So it's just super even now?
Yeah.
That's a cool little gap.
Now this is something I didn't even know was part of the whole process, but is awesome, because a lot of us don't even realize it, but we'll grind our teeth or our bite will be just a little bit off. And so he'll put us in the chair immediately and give us a perfect even bite on both sides.
The next step is he takes impressions. So he'll take impressions of your teeth, and that's when he's gonna take those home, and this man works like morning to night, and he'll start to form wax molds onto the top of your teeth so he knows what they're going to look like in the end.
I feel like I need to throw this in there that Dr. Hanson is one of only 6 doctors in the world doing this right now. And the reason for that is it's not an easy skill to master as a dentist, as a doctor. So you have to be a good artist. You have to be able to form and shape these teeth right. There's so much that goes into it. And so we are unbiased when we say that Dr. Hanson is the best and your teeth are gonna look amazing afterwards.
So that brings us to day 2. Day 2 is where the artistry really begins. So Jordan went first, and this is like where you're gonna see the shots of him with one tooth, which blew my mind. Apparently Jordan had really small adult front teeth because he had chipped them. And so Dr. Hanson goes one by one and is adding this veneer composite on top. And he lengthened his top ones first. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy to watch. And he even told me, he's like, I never let anybody watch, because if you don't understand the process, if you don't understand the measurements, it's a little shocking at first.
The average size of adult 2 front teeth is 12 millimeters. But since I had chipped my teeth and had fillings, mine were only 9 millimeters. So my smile looked a little off. So that was the first thing Dr. Hanson was like, we're gonna fix this immediately and make this look so good.
Basically gave him adult teeth.
So as you can tell, I'm looking pretty comfortable in this chair. You do get a weighted blanket put on you throughout this whole process. You get the TV right above your head where you can watch Netflix, because in all honesty, these are long appointments. There's a lot of artistry, a lot of dentistry, a lot of work that goes into making these teeth look so nice. And so while yes, it is a long day, it's also nice just to lay back in the chair, watch some movies, and feel comfortable.
So after day 1, Dr. Hanson's now given you the structure of your teeth. This is not the final result of what your smile is going to look like. He's basically making sure, hey, I've got your teeth structured out. Go home, try and talk with them, try and eat with them. Tell me how they feel. Next day, we're gonna fix them up. So Jordan comes out of his day 1 and he's got these beautiful white teeth. They look amazing. And Dr. Hanson even said, he's like, they always start off whiter than I'll let them end up. Because he doesn't want you ending up walking out with like chiclet teeth.
Yeah, he doesn't want them to look fake. He wants them to look natural and beautiful, just enhanced. That's the whole point of it. And so seeing my teeth right here for the first time, I was like, wow, they look incredible, but they are a little too white for me. And that's what the 3rd day is for, to polish them up, to make them look natural, and give them that nice bright color, but also not so white that they're gonna blind you.
Yeah, so after my day 1, I noticed that there was a little bit of length on these ones that I wanted to pull up a bit. He noticed he wanted to pull up a little bit of length. I think it's really important that it's not come into my office, here are your teeth, nice to see ya. It's come into my office, let's talk about what we're gonna do. Here's the structure, make sure you love them, and then on that 3rd day, if there's anything you want to change, let's get them more natural. And I knew I loved them after day 2, but I'd love them even more after day 3, because he takes these little details into your teeth to give them that natural look.
So what was your day 2 experience like? What things did you and Dr. Hanson decide that you wanted to change together?
So for me, I like the fact that I've always had big front teeth. I just wanted these a little bit more comparable on the sides here. And so we took them up a step instead of having them all in line. That's what I've never liked about veneers. And the chair, surprisingly, at 8 months pregnant, was still really comfortable. He worked with me on making sure I got up and had like my bathroom breaks and my stretches for my back. But it was a great day 2 appointment, and he gave me the perfect structure. I had the perfect bite. I could still pronounce words. He told us to go home and say like church and cheese and things like that. And so I love day 2.
Yeah, so you're sitting in the chair for about 7 hours with a lunch break in between where you can have a smoothie or do whatever you need to do. So it is a long time in the chair. I want to make sure that's clear. But at the end of the day, so worth it.
So now we're at day 3.
So day 3, we've had a chance to look at our teeth, we've had a chance to feel our bite, make sure the shapes look right, there's no sharp edges, and then on day 3, we come in, sit down with Dr. Hanson again, and this is where all the magic happens.
This is 5 hours of artistry. He really goes in, looks at every single tooth. He gives them these little ridges. If you can see on this photo, like right at the ends of my teeth, he's got these little ridges to give them like a natural look of a tooth. And that's just mind-blowing to me right there. And then he polishes each and every single one of them. He does like this gel shine on each and every one of them. He takes his time. That appointment is 5 hours in the chair.
And I can say confidently there are no shortcuts taken. Everything is done meticulously, precise, and Dr. Hanson won't move on from a tooth until he thinks it looks absolutely perfect. That's what I loved about this. He really cares about each patient that comes in, and he wants them to feel more confident in their smiles. So he's gonna take his time and make sure that you are 100% happy before he lets you leave his office.
The other cool part of it is once he's done with your top teeth, because we only did the top 10, he whitened our bottom ones to make sure that they matched our top. And then we had our big reveal.
This was exciting because we'd already had the first reveal where we had seen kind of what our teeth were gonna be like. But when we saw this final reveal right here, listen to my little scream I let out here.
I'm so nervous.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my
Look at those! I was so excited. I couldn't believe how good they looked. It's completely different from my smile before, and I was just so excited and so happy.
Let's take a look at our before and afters, and we'll kind of explain how we felt and the details that we loved about them.
Okay, so here's mine first. I guess I didn't realize how much my smile could actually be enhanced. I knew that I had my off-colored tooth. I knew that my teeth were a little bit yellow, but looking at this picture right here, I'm blown away. I'm like, I had no idea that my smile could even look this good.
All right, and then here's my smile. My biggest concern that I had expressed to Dr. Hanson was I really needed them to look natural. I didn't want to walk out of here and say like, I have a new face, or someone would look at me and say, oh my gosh, when did you get your veneers? So for me, I was obsessed with how much he gave me a perfected smile from my regular teeth. So I felt like I still was myself. They just looked so much better.
The number one question we get asked when people see our before and afters, they're like, okay, I'm sold, I want to do it. What's the price of this? So as of right now, and obviously this could change if Dr. Hanson changes his prices, but it's between $10,000 and $15,000 for the whole experience, for fixing your bite, the new teeth, all the materials, time, everything.
If you're curious about what he can do for your smile, you can do your personal consultation, and that's $150. That will go towards your entire procedure. That's just the initial kind of down payment.
A lot of people asked exactly how much time it takes. So you book a 48-hour window, you do a half day on your first day, full day on your second day, and then another half day on your third day.
Another huge question, do I have to live in Utah to do this? Obviously not. We live in Hawaii, we went to Utah, scheduled it out, it was perfect. He actually, I think he said there's a very high percentage of his patients do not live in Utah.
So if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to us or him directly. Obviously, we are very excited about this whole process because we are just so confident with our new smiles. We love them so much. And so we wanted to give an honest opinion and feedback of our experience, and we absolutely loved it.
So thank you to Dr. Hanson. Thank you guys for watching. We really hope this was informative. We hope this helped if this is something you're looking into, especially for those who are not willing to make that huge commitment of veneers. I'm telling you, this is the best option, and this is the best doctor you can go to.